Hey, Frank. Well, based on the adage that a picture's worth 1,000 words, I thought we should just go through necessary steps. There's one. Well, let's just start with a VPN and check to see if the machine looks to be up. So what I generally do is, whether you're on your Windows box or um, Mac, just start a simple terminal session and ping the two machines. Okay, so I'm betting that that guy's down and that C is pingable. All right. Now, if it's the curvature people asking for detailed logs, I would not use the Windows telnet or the Mac telnet. I would go over and use reflection. So you would head to the Colo Itanium and then telnet to the ILO. And the reason that I want to go do this on reflection is this thing doesn't the native telnets, they don't give you the ability to scroll way back or do a select all, whereas this guy does. So we're going to telnet to IA64 ILO. Password is admin. And most of what you're going to find is under the command menu, other than the event logs that they would ask for, which we'll get to in a minute, or the console. But to see if the machine's running and what the state of the machine is, I usually head to the command menu and type PS. If you're not sure what's available here, if you do a help and then list, there's the full list of commands. What we're going to do is do a PS, which is Power Management Module Status. So Control B is the exit out of everything. So I'll do a Control B here. Go back into the command menu. Oops, and then I will type PS. And as suspected, the power state is off. Now, in order to start it up, if I go back to Help List, you're going to use PC, and if you already know the shortcut, which is dash on, you can just do that there. But for now, we'll just do PC. It'll show you what the options are. We're going to say on. Now, this has worked 19 times out of 20, but there's always the odd chance that it won't. And the way to know, confirm, yes, I want to power it up, is to Control B out of the command menu and head for the console. And then we'll just watch to see if it looks like it's coming up. If it doesn't, within a minute or two, start to register the. All right, it is coming up. So we'll just let that come up, and I'm going to go back out to the command menu. Actually, no, let's do the event logs. So the ones that they have asked for in the past are under Show Event Logs. So we'll go SL. They have asked for a full dump of the system event log. So you would say E, and then there's an option D once you get in there. As soon as I say I want E, it asks me, well, first entry, last entry, whatnot. You just say D and let it run. Okay, Control B out of this, because the other thing they've asked for is forward progress, and I honestly don't really know what that means. But likewise, as soon as you hit F for forward progress, you get a little subset, and you would say dump the entire log and confirm. Now, what I've done when I've been kind of curious of what's going on is I'll just do a show event log, so SL, and then E for events, and then L for show me the last entries. So right here we see right off It is 9:26, and this is what they're hoping to address by reverting back to the motherboard that we got rid of. It will go ahead and pass muster, but we'll just go double check by going back to the console. And still coming up. I want to go ahead and log on to this machine in order to show you the batch job that I'm running. And while we're waiting on that, I don't have a phone number for Shannon. All I've got is the email address from Shannon. Now, I did ask in a previous correspondence for, can I have your, pardon me, can I have your contact info? And didn't receive a response on that. I would kind of like to talk with her after we've done this, and I may do so from Santa Fe, where we're going to be settled in for a few days, and I'll have a little bit of time. Oh, excuse me. That's the Telnet session sounding off. But I also think if you just contacted Curvature at their home office, that they could put you through. So yeah, that's a bit about all you really need to know of what I would anticipate getting asked for by Curvature. And then once this thing comes up, I want to. All right, it's coming. I'm going to start a new Telnet window and just ping IA64, and when it's about there, it'll probably be pingable for 30 seconds before it will actually allow a login. We'll just jump in there and I'll run the submit command. Antonino, I think his phone number is listed here. I've got it on my phone. If I can't find it in an email. Sorry. And he has been responsive. So if you have any issues that you want to talk about with him, he's been good about getting back to me. Let's see here. Yeah, he's at this 510 number. That's his mobile number. And if you absolutely needed to talk to Shannon, I'm pretty sure he would be able to get her to call if she's reluctant to share her phone number. Okay, almost there. Hello. All right. I think we're about where we need to be. Okay, let's go ahead and log in. Nope, not quite ready. All right. Oopsie. Still not. Still not. Notice that it's the OPCOM's interpreting it, so it must be still awaiting one of the TCP/IP services, like maybe a telnet server is not up, or the UAF records are not loaded, something like that. I got to be more patient. I'm just trying to keep this video as short and sweet as possible. Nope. Son of a gun. What I've noticed is that escape on my MacBook, oh, it could be function escape. No. I have never been able to get out of it when it's in this state. So Control Y, Control C, any of the usual VMS stuff doesn't work. Yeah, there went authorize. That's what we were waiting on. All right. I think it's going to take it this time. Yes. So you don't need to log in as me. You can go ahead and log in as yourself. Is it already more than 4 days? Cycle testing. I'm going to submit. I don't want to keep the log, so no keep, no log, cycle testing. That's it. We'll go ahead and let it run on systaller batch. And all this thing does is it does some random number stuff. So it grabs the last digit of a second, multiplies it by 5, divides it by 3, adds 5 to it, does another computation of that product times 3 minus the last digit of the seconds again, and then it writes it to a file. It does this after waiting 5 milliseconds. And then after 300 record writes, it closes the file, deletes the file, and then starts all over again with another file open. So you don't end up with the versions running out of control. The files themselves, as I recall, they're about 500 blocks only by the time it's written all of these. So that's all it does. And once they have given us the go-ahead, I think that this is a good one to run. It's non-destructive, and it does exercise both disk and CPU, disk controller and CPU. All right, Frank, I will send you some screenshots as well as the link to this video, which I'm going to put on the company drive. And thanks for letting me get away at kind of an inopportune time. I really appreciate it. Okie dokie, I will... I'll talk to you, I'm sure, throughout the course of the trip. Adios. Bye. Where's my recorder?